to do that, to start a new year with new plans?
Me?
Yes, everyone.
Oh, yeah. We should, I think.
Yeah, we should. Well, let's start to introduce ourselves. Can you start, Clinton?
Okay, so hello everybody. My name is Clinton Brito. I'm from Aracaju, Sergipe. I am 31 years old. Not so old, Aline, yet. Still young. I'm a software developer and I'm married. I have 4 pets. And in my free time, I like to stay home, watch movies, TV series, live sports, and um, to travel when possible. That's it.
Thank you, Clinton. And you, Osvaldo, how are you?
Well, I'm this guy that use a big beard, you know. Okay, well, I'm a man that try to follow a plan, you know. I try to build one and try to follow whatever whatever could happen along the year, you know, along the time. And of course, I did my plans and I built some things and other things I couldn't achieve. But I think it's necessary setting goals and pursue whatever we want. Yeah, and actually in my leisure time, I really love to do a lot of things, but actually I really enjoy with virtual motorsport. It's amazing. I'm I'm playing a new sim racing game that was releasing new interesting feats, and I'm participating because of English. I'm share my experience, my problems, some software bugs with the developers on Discord, you know, and I'm become a no person there because that. Okay, that's it.
Thank you, Osvaldo. Thank you for sharing this part of your life with us. And Sydney, can you introduce yourself, please?
Okay, for sure. Good morning, everyone. I'm Sydney. Currently, I live in Belo Horizonte, where I've built my professional and personal life. I'm 39 years old. I'm married, and I have a son. His name is Talis, and he's 6 years old. I have been working as an accountant for the last 20 years. So for me, I love that career because it permits me to use my financial problem solving knowledge skills and the and permit me to maintain the financial matters in the companies in order. Um, about my personal life, I like to read books and articles in English, more articles because I can choose different topics such as technology, science, lifestyles, languages, about news as well. I like to. I have been trying to use my English as I use my Portuguese and try to speak as much as possible to read news and to listen podcast as well, podcasts and the audiobooks in English on YouTube. So yes, it was a little about me. Thank you.
Sydney, you are an inspiration for me. You have contact with English in different kinds of ways and forms. That's amazing. Uh, well, let me introduce myself here. I am Aline. I'm 37 years old. I'm living for now at São Miguel dos Milagres, but I will move. And I'm so excited about that because I think my expiration date it's over to live here. I don't have more to do here. I want to live different kinds of things that São Miguel dos Milagres can't offer to me. I am a mother of pets too, like Clinton, but I have six beautiful cats, and I'm a data platform product manager. So I have been studying a lot. I have been reading a lot of articles and listening a lot of podcasts and studying so much, doing a lot of courses too. And I think is that about me. I will read the first question here, and we start by you, Sydney. What is the first thing you do when you're starting your plans for a new year? You have some techniques, Sydney? Sydney, I don't know if he lost.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, I have. It's. I would say it's not a technique, but for example, I try to maintain the things that uh, it's happening is good for in my life, my schedule, and I try to put something differently. For example, I try to divide the things like that question in my professional and personal area. For example, uh, next year I'm going to start a new activity. I don't decide yet what it will be, but it could be a swimming or walking or cycling. And about my professional life, professional area, I'm going to start to learn Spanish. But the big problem I have to face is about time. Usually I have a busy day, so I need to manage it. My time is not about my work, but about my family, my domestic chores, about my hobbies. I don't have a lot of hobbies, but I think it's important to have hobbies, to have things that you like to do, to have a pleasure to do. But yes, I think for me, the big problem is to manage my time. But when we think about time, it could be maybe 20 minutes or 30 minutes by day per day. It could be good for example, to do some activity.
Really nice for sure. Yeah, I think time is the problem of everyone in the world. We don't have it, and we want more. And for you, Osvaldo, can you tell your technique? We are not hurting you. You are
Oh,
muted.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I
Oh,
said 24 hours per day is not enough for us. Okay. Well, yeah, for sure. Last years I have this costume, I guess. I have this habit to set goals. I'm how can I say that? I charge a lot by myself. I charge a lot myself. It's a problem because when I couldn't achieve some goals, I usually usually felt a little bit tired and angry, something like that, you know. But I'm improving this ability along the way. But yeah, I usually to make plans, and I think I'm a disciplined guy. I try to follow that. I put all things that I thinking about in a paper or in a notion, something like that, and organize my ideas and just and create a plan and just follow it. Just it. I try to do that. But I will talk about some issues that I have along the way in this conversation.
Can't wait about. And you, Clinton, you have a plan for 2025. Oh my God.
Not exactly for the entire year, but let's say for each quarter, like a company. I usually set some goals to achieve during this period of time. I'm not finished yet the plans for the first quarter of 2025, but I work on it on the next week because basically I'm just waiting for the result of a job that I applied, and I've been working on a boot camp of for them, and I'm going to get the result tomorrow. But probably I'm going to work at this company, and after this, I'm going to uh, change, adapt to my plans for the next year. So um, I'm a little bit dependent on this. But yeah, usually I write down some things that I need to achieve from time to time, and but not for the entire year. And the entire year is so much. It's the time is so long, and it's easy to get frustrated, especially in the end of the year when we see what we've done during the year, and you start to say to yourself, I didn't achieve everything that I wanted. And when you split in minor time spaces, it's easier to get things done. I don't know, something like this.
I agree totally with you. I think there is techniques to set goals. If you set a goal, there is enormous. You want to achieve that goal. You must break in little goals, I think. And well, the question is asking here, what's the first thing I do when I'm starting my new plans? I create a board on Trello. Yes, there is shared with my wife. This is the first thing that I do. And yeah, I have a board for year.
Like all project managers, they basically work entirely their life on Trello.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
Notion. I love Notion, guys.
I love Notion more, but
Notion as well.
I already try it. It's the best, is the tool that works here on my family. It is that I use. Doesn't matter how. So Trello is working better here, and I usually do this. Set these goals for the years. Of course, I divide and milestones for it's getting easier to achieve, but I really do that. I was watching, reading my plan to 2004, and the one category of my life that I achieve my goals, it is in travels that I would like to do in 2004. Only that. The rest of the
Oh,
categories I don't achieve
oh my
all the things that I
goodness.
planned. But I win in one category, so that's good for me. I accept that. Yes.
The
Well,
most important one you achieved.
yes, I think so. Oh, let's go to the question number two. Uh, how do you stay motivated to follow through with your goals after the excitement fades? Ooh, excitement fades is that moment when your excitement is going away and so far from you. I think that there is a moment that happens with everyone. Sydney, what you do to stay motivated?
Yeah, it's a good question, but at the same time, tough to answer because, for example, I need to have focus in your plans, in your objectives. I think break it into pieces, small pieces, and try to manage it and try to do it. I think to be honest with you as much as possible because I think what Oswald said about to the no, I forgot, but the what can I say? But yeah, the real life, I think the pressure on us is so high to be excellent in all of the things, to be an excellent husband, excellent father, excellent worker. So there are pleasures in every sides, but it's important to be honest with you to accomplish everything to make plans, honest plans, fair plans, and yeah, and well, um, to understand that it's impossible to accomplish 100% everything, and but continue to maintain. I think to see you in the future achieving your goals. I think achieving your objectives is another other thing that I try to do. I think to maintain my motivation and to continue my path. I'd say that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's hard. We need to be honest with ourselves, Sydney, because it's hard to. We need to be honest because we need to change our plans if all of them are not working for us, right? I'm not sure about Clinton, but I really enjoy with 12-week years technique that you shared with us on the Talking Talk host group. I need to thank you again for that, Clinton, because after that day until nowadays, I'm using this technique and it's so useful to continue doing whatever we want. Yeah, it's so uh, useful. Thank you again, Clinton.
Sorry, I get lost here with your private message, Osvaldo. What is this technique?
Yeah, well, you can set and apply your goals and basically your year could could during poderia durar around 12 weeks, you know, so you can split your appointments in smaller pieces. um, I used to book my have a book about that. I've never read this book, but I've researched about this technique, and you can. I book my appointments on my schedule, and when my schedule advise me, I just follow that because I know I'm pursuing the the a big things than me, you know, the better things for me. So I think, oh, I need to do that because I have my goals, my medium term time goals, a long time time goals, and I need to do this because tomorrow this will help me. It's a technical, good technical to keep us motivated in our path.
It's nice. I write a name here. I will search about. Thank you, Osvaldo and Clinton, for this tip. And for you, Clinton, how do you stay motivated?
Usually I don't try to stay motivated because, like you said, it's easy to fade away the motivation, right? So uh, I just try to read and stick with the plans and the tasks that I have to do to achieve these goals. And like Oswald said, using this technique, basically you review your your time block of 12 weeks, every 12 weeks, and after this you have a big picture of what worked and what not, and you adapt and you change the tasks or the goals that you set it to yourself, in order to mm, makes it more doable, achievable. And you don't, in my case, it's not necessary so much motivation because it's a little bit automated. So you just know what you need to do and try to do, and you try to measure too as well. So in my case, I like to use Pomodoro technique to measure how much time I spend on each of these tasks that I have to do to achieve these goals. And you can later uh, y- summarize everything that you worked on each of these tasks and see exactly how much time, for example, you spend on each of these small pieces that all together uh, make things happen.
I love Pomodoro technique too. I think it really helps us to do something focused. It helps me a lot. At least, well, what I do, I am a motivated person when I get a challenge. If I am working or living the same environment and I don't have any news or any how can I say that, something different. I need that. So for me, it's very good when I'm working on a startup that have that fast paced environment. Oh my God, I can't believe that I'm saying that in out loud, but it is. I like to be in this environment. I don't like to be in an environment that is the same thing on the same day. I'm get bored. So, yeah, Osvaldo, we need this. I was talking that I don't know if there is expression for that in English, but I won't try to say that in English. That is, I like the environments that we have a mato alto to
Yeah,
cut.
I got it. Yeah.
Yes. And there's moments that I'm not motivated and I want to drop everything and lay down in my sofa and watch a series and have my brain melt down. There is moments we live with this dude with this
It's the
feelings.
life. It's the life.
It's the life. Yeah, it's not it's I think it's impossible to be a motivated person every moment of your life. We are human beings.
Yeah.
So I do my best and I do what I can to do. I will read the next one. For you, Sydney, do you make detailed plans for the year or do you prefer go with the flow? What do
Well,
you think?
Yeah, it depends. Something new, I think it will be better to I think to make a detail. I think to see all of details, but the, uh, there are things that that currently happening with you that is it working that we need to keep the flow. For example, specifically my studies in English on Talk Talk, I I try to participate at least 6 immersion every week, and for me, I could do more. I could participate more immersion, but I will compromise more my the time in my job. But for me, 6 or 7 is a good uh, a time, a good number. And the well, because we usually have a lot of things to do in our normal day, in our life. So it's important to share our time and to manage it in order to accomplish everything in the different areas. That's it.
This is so important. You have to distribute your time into the different areas of your life. I think this is the challenge. I think it's easier for, at least for me, stay focused on work because I'm being there 8 hours a day or more. So it's easier to produce. And sometimes I forgot to my personal life and my personal objectives. So I think what you're doing, it's very wise. And let's go. Go ahead, Sydney. You're gonna say something.
I said only I thank you about what you said.
Thank you. Well, let's go. And you, Osvaldo, can you answer this question for us, number 3? You are not a person
Okay,
that
okay.
goes with the flow, I think.
Uh, Depends. Because if I live alone, I would follow my heart for sure. But along the way, we have setbacks and challenges, and sometimes I need to change a little bit or change a lot. Uh, but I used to detail my main goals, my milestones into smaller things, like you said, Aline. I like this way to organize tasks using milestones and something like that. I use these tools a lot in my current job, and I bring for my personal life. And yeah, like I said, actually I follow 12-week year technique, and I have a Notion project to do that, where I manage my scheduled tasks, and I review, like Clinton said, every week. In my case, I try to review every week. But of course, sometimes a lot of things going out of control. For example, actually, it's possible as a family provider, I would say, actually, to ruin a house, ruin a terreno and a house, ruin not, financiar, you know. It's a possible thing that could happen along next year, maybe, because I could see. I've never thought about that, but I could see that is possible for my reality. And yeah, it's different things. I need to be honest, it wasn't my dream, but I think sometimes it's necessary change a little bit our path to achieve maybe something bigger than we could imagine, you know.
You see, Osvaldo, I'm very happy for you. I think
Oh,
when
thank you.
life give us this possibility that we even can't imagine. That's so nice. So.
Me too. I can't imagine that.
It's a huge pay
I'm
to bill, quer dizer, bill to pay.
a new big bill to pay for sure.
Yes. And you, Clinton, tell about us. If you are detailed, you make detailed plans or you go to the flow. You are not a person that go to the flow. Tell me.
No,
Be honest,
no, I'm not.
Clinton. Be honest.
But I one thing that I used to go with the flow is the a little bit of feeling of which path should I take in some bifurcations of life. Because not everything can be planned. Like Osvaldo said, some things go out of the trail, and you need to not just step back to the trail, but you have to make decisions, and you have to say no many times to things that appear in front of you, shape it as an opportunity. And many times this opportunity actually uh it could delay your targets, your goals.
For
So
sure.
uh one thing that I use in terms of uh following the flow is a little of this of choosing things to say no and abdicate, mm, and many of these things usually are showing us as an opportunity, but I try to avoid most of them because they usually I don't know, it's a traffic, but uh, o- uh, many of these opportunities actually are going to take you away from what you're investing your time. And for example, I had a job opportunity that was on completely sideway in terms of what I want to do, and I had to say no for not maybe more, not just one, more two or of these kind of opportunities. And it's hard because you say no to job opportunities when you are not working. It's a little bit crazy, right? So but I had to made some of these decisions in order to stick with the plan.
Yeah.
What's
It's
the
hard.
courage
Congrats,
to,
Clinton.
uh, when you
I had a
courage to
time I need
be
to avoid a job that I would earn much more and with more benefits as well because the
Yes.
career path. I did that around of 3 years ago. It was my best decision around my career. If I didn't follow that, actually, I'm sure that I won't be happy and I would have some health problem because I would get conflicted with myself, you know. It's a
right.
brave decision, Clinton.
It's very hard. What it will have to be. I forgot the word when you are fiel. for with yourself. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
I think
That's
there is
it.
an expression for that, but it's very hard. For me, I was a person that made in the past detailed plans for the year. My planning of 2023, oh my God, it is a long plan. So in the end of the year, I saw, I think that I don't have this necessity to detail everything, and I will I will have to adapt it myself to the reality. So I have big milestones. I have the things that I want to achieve. These things I break in little things to get easier to get there, but I don't do these very detailed plans right now. I think is that, and years ago I was a person that just go with the flow. So, and life teaches me a little things, and now I'm not a person that goes with the flow anymore. I think when you have a plan, you have more control about the path that you choose for your life. Well, question number four. We started always with you, Sydney.
Okay.
Uh, how do you prioritize which goals to focus and when to start a new year? Oh, this is a good question. Your years
Yeah.
start in January or March?
No, January always. Well, but for example, it's impossible to not prioritize our work firstly because yeah, as long as we work at least 8 hours, 10 hours per day, it's impossible to not put it in the first place. I think after my job, I try to prioritize my family, to spend not to spend time with my family, to stay together with them, but also about the domestic chores, about the things involving the familiar environment. And I think thirdly about my studies, my personal projects, and I think in the last place about my hobbies, and because yeah, as soon as we don't have, well, it's impossible to I think to when we have plans, well, to enjoy the life and forget all the things important, and have I think a power to give you a good future. I think to build a good future. So for me, yeah, for me that's it. My job first, my family, my studies, my projects, and the last my hobbies.
Thanks for sure. Uh, I'm thinking this year I will do a different kind of technique of prioritization. Let me see if we work. And you, Osvaldo?
Well, I think I have a little bit different point of view if we compare Sydney's approach. I prioritize my leisure time. I think it's so important to have time for ourselves, part of our week. Of course, we have a lot of things to do, but uh, I booked my leisure time. To be honest, I booked my leisure time. I have an appointment by myself in my schedule. Oh, I'm sorry, my cam is freezing, but it's a bug here. Uh, and let me see. Actually, I'm making a house floor plan, a planta de casa. I couldn't imagine to do that some years ago, and I'm doing that because that I said in the last question. But the most important thing for me is doing appointments that are aligned with your big goals, with your milestones. And different of Aline, I use to detail because when I do that, it's helped me a lot. What exactly I need to do to achieve something. So because that I reviewed this piece of appointments once per week on weekends to be precise. And this in this way, when the day starts, I put on the note, keep note, Google Keep note, what I have to do that day, and a lot of that these things are aligned with my goal. That's it.
Wow, Osvaldo, I wanted to see your notion and how you do that in the
I think I
practical
can
way.
share. I think I
Oh
can share my model
God,
with you if you want. I need to clean, of course, clean
course.
personal data, but I will do that, and
Oh,
I will
you're a
share on
generous
the.
person. Thank you so much for that.
Welcome.
And you, Clinton, how you prioritize your goals? I froze or not?
No. Uh, well, I'm trying not to repeat myself, but when you use this framework that we're talking about a few minutes ago, the 12-week year, you have to prioritize small in quantity, small goals, and like 4, 3, 5 at most. As the lesser the number, the better because it's more achievable. And for example, if I have 4 goals, I'll work on these goals for the next 3 months. So uh, you you are prioritizing, but there is a concept, an interest concept of this book, this technique, which is the intentional imbalance, which means that you intentionally choose things to do and let go away others. And many times this involves unbalancing your life a little bit. For example, you stay more away from families and friends for this period, or you're going to focus 100% on your aside from work you have to do from, I don't know, 8 to 5, uh, entirely on your personal life or on a specific side project for this specific time period for about 3 months. And this intentional balance is a thing that I use a lot during these periods. So basically, the entire 2024 was an intentionally unbalanced year because I was more distant from my family and friends during the entire year to focus basically on 2 things. To improve my skills in programming and my personal life, but specifically about have a healthful way of life. Let's say this way. I mean, uh, try to sleep well, at least 7 hours a day. Go to the gym, uh, do um, do exercises every week, and I basically unbalanced it intentionally in my life to do these things, small things, which um, help me a lot to stay focused on what really matters at this moment. So I don't know what's going to happen next year because basically I'm starting a new job, so my routine is going to have to be adapted, and probably I'll wait to show how it's going to be, how tough it's going to be. It's going to be nice and easy, or no, it's going to be crazy and maybe work overtimes. I don't know what's going to be my routine. So my way of life, it depends on this what's going to happen on the company. And I'm going to adapt to that. But I'm I always try to stick with my healthy life. My life. I mean, I want to eat well, sleep well, do exercise, workouts, go to the gym. These things are very important to me. And aside from that, on my leisure time and my free time, stay with my wife and my mom, etc. uh, Basically the weekends. The weekends usually I'm more with them and less interesting in work stuff, studying stuff. I don't know if I answered the question, but
You
Of
answered the
course.
question. Yeah, the answer yes. I'm thinking this year I will use some techniques of prioritization that I use in my job. My job it is prioritizing the things. So I'm trying to do. I don't know the word in English, but it's a matriz of prioritization that you put the how can I say, you put, I don't know, you put, the word just go away.
Is a kind
Yeah,
of root for you. Root for you. Raiz.
yes, 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 it's like that. So I have some criterias that I analyze and I get some points for these criterias. And then I have a number in the end. And with that number, I can see what is more important for me or not so important. I will try to do this year. I don't know if it will work, but I will have fun during and doing that. So I will enjoy, of course. And we have 5 minutes. Let's go to the last question. It's for you, Sydney. What techniques do you use to stay organized and on track with your plans?
Well, techniques. I don't have a specific techniques, but I used to be a disciplined, organized person. So I try to. Well, I have my well, let's say my weekly maybe objectives, and I try to accomplish in about all the things in my week, and I have my objective in the month as well, and I think that's it. I try to fit it in my routine, everything, and well, I think I try to be honest with me, and if something uh, fail, I try to analyze it and continue to, I think, fix some problem. and continue my journey, maybe, but I don't have a specific technique, I think, in the kind of thing that I create to fit my routine that's so busy. So that's it.
Yeah, you are doing a lot. I think 6 hours, six class of in English in a week. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You're my hero, see.
Yeah, me too. And you as well, do you have some kind of technique?
Besides those I said,
Everything that I said?
yeah, I used to build some spreadsheets. For example, to evaluate my development here in Talk and Talk, I have a spreadsheet with some some abas. I don't know that I separate for immersions as students, immersions as hosts, lexical, both of host or student. And in these spreadsheets I can see how the link or the video that I've recorded about, for example, if some immersion could share on YouTube, or if I was split it for a second room, for example, I used to record for myself just, and I have another technique about English. Every immersion, when it finish, I used to review one or two parts of my speaking, of my speeching, and I try to evaluate it and identify what are things necessary to improve my abilities, And I have some columns: date, the topic, the immersion at all, like YouTube link or my personal recorded video, and what I have to improve in summarize idea. For example, improve my vocabulary, improve usage of if conditionals, improve of usage of modals, sentence, something like that. You know, I think that's it.
Wow. And you, Clinton?
I basically use just my schedule, Google Calendar, and tick tick for organizing these things that we were talking about, goals, splitting minor pieces, etc. It's an app, tick tick, and inside this app there is a Pomodoro tool, and I use it to count the amount of time that I dedicated on each task. Basically, this.
I have a weekly with myself when I do the I saw what I do, what I'm gonna to do in the next week, and I organizing my tasks. People, thank you. Our time is over, and we see you on the next week. Bye bye.